Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ritesh Jain, and I'm from AMPR, QT Business School. The topic of my research is enhancing recycling intentions through the use of brand spokes characters. So, municipal solid waste has become a global problem and it is rising year by year. There are certain environmental issues which are related to MSW like soil and water pollution, greenhouse gas emission, loss of biodiversity, and blocking of land resources. Now, recycling has emerged as a promising solution to minimize some of the issues related with this. Now, there are different strategies which have been used in the past to enhance recycling rates. For example, making it mandatory requirement or offering monetary incentives or waste charging schemes and curbside recycling collection. However, despite these efforts, the recycling rates have remained on the lower side. So especially in developing countries, recycling rates have been really almost nil. Now, the way green marketers communicate with the audience influence their attitudes and behaviors. Therefore, this study explored how we can enhance recycling communication effectiveness by using brand spokes characters. Now, brand spokes characters are fictional characters which have been created by marketers to promote the brands. They were originated during late 19th century, and the early purpose for which they were created was to give a sense of differentiation and to generate trust for the manufacturers. These are some of the examples of famous brand spokes characters. Now, real celebrities, human celebrities have been used by marketers in both commercial as well as non-commercial marketing context. However, these created characters have been limited only to the commercial marketing context. Now, there have been some examples where environmental organizations have used these characters, created characters. For example, Smokey the Bear have been used by US Forest Fire Service to prevent forest fires. And across the world, there have been different campaigns which have used these cute created characters to entice people to become adopt more green behaviors. Now, these created characters are likable across age and gender. They are found to be more trustworthy. Their personality can be controlled by the marketers, and they have proven the effectiveness in commercial marketing context for more than a century now. Importantly, they are also quite popular among children, the future consumers. So environmentalists can target these future consumers by using these brand spokes characters. So the first research question of the study was, can these brand spokes characters and effective endorsers for environmental causes? Now, environmental communication has been using fear and guilt appeals mostly to elicit behavior changes from consumers. However, recently, different emotional appeals like nostalgia, cuteness, and humor has also been used successfully in environmental communication. Now, the cuteness, humor, and nostalgic appeals have been, associated with these brand spokes characters, and the same have been used in environmental communication successfully. So it does provide some support that these characters would be successful if used in environmental communication. Now, the second research question talked about the constituent of spokes character appeals. Basically, animal species appeal have been researched in the past to select appropriate animal species to be used in the fundraising and conservation campaigns. However, no study has explored these appeal construct for the spokes characters. Now, the study has proposed that since consumer find these characters as cute, humorous, nostalgic, so these dimensions would constitute the spokes character appeal. So basically, the study tested the alternative communication strategy, combination of cuteness, humorous, and nostalgic appeals. What is the effect on advertising effectiveness? Now, the past research has highlighted three dimensions: expertise, attractiveness, and trustworthiness, which decides the persuasiveness of an endorser in communication. Also, the relevancy or congruency between the endorser and the brand is important, which enhances the advertising effectiveness. So based on the extensive literature review, the study has come up with the proposed conceptual framework, which was tested using structure equation modeling. We also entered the control variables which could influence recycling intentions. And the recycling involvement was used as a moderator. So involvement means personally how recycling is relevant or important for me. Now, data was collected from US participant using MTurk platform. The sample size achieved was 319. So the 6 different versions of recycling messages were created and shown to different groups. This was done to generate sufficient variability in the data, in the variables. And post that, the data was merged from these 6 different situations. And then data was analyzed using SPSS, AMOS. So it was found that appeal was a single dimension construct and all the factor loadings were acceptable and significant. Then the model, when analyzed by SPSS AMOS, the data fitted well, almost 47% variance explained. But it was found that attractiveness was reducing recycling intention. So basically, we then ran the model again without attractiveness dimension. And then again, the variance explained was 47%. And more importantly, the spokes character attributes like appeal, relevancy, expertise, and trustworthiness were positively and significantly influencing the recycling intention. So basically what does that mean? That through these variables, if we can enhance the appeal and expertise, then the recycling intentions can be enhanced. Now, we also did a comparison between low and high involved participant group. So the notable finding was that the figures in black are for low involved participants and red for high ones. So it was found that the model was fitting well for low involved participants and the spokes character appeal was more relevant. So presence of spokes character was more important for low involved participants as compared to the high involved ones. Then in terms of theoretical contributions, the study has proposed appeal construct for spokes characters in environmental marketing context. Then theoretically, it is possible to enhance recycling intentions by manipulating appeal and expertise dimensions. Then the mediator's relevancy and trustworthiness can be enhanced by, again, modifying the appeal and the expertise dimensions of the spokes characters. Now, this study also confirmed the matchup hypothesis in environmental marketing context because attractiveness was not an important variable in social marketing context. Instead of attractiveness, appeal appears to be a more, a better source effective dimension when spokes characters are used in environmental marketing context. Similarly, the predictions of elaboration likelihood model were also confirmed because for low involved participants, the brand spokes characters were influencing more their recycling intentions. Also, the combined application of humor, cuteness, and nostalgic appeal was shown. In terms of practical contribution, the study findings can guide environmental organizations to select the brand spokes characters for their communication from a lot of options which are available. It can also inform the design of new spokes character if they want to develop new spokes character to be used in environmental communication. And these environmental organizations can use these characters to motivate low involved consumers because high involved consumers will anyhow recycle and do pro-environmental acts. Now, city councils can also create their own appealing characters to encourage recycling in the participants. And schools can also use these characters to sensitize children towards recycling. In terms of future research, this model has used recycling maybe with other causes like energy, water conservation, or adoption of solar energy, use of public transport. These different contexts can be tested. Now, spokes characters can also be tested in different other social marketing contexts like health and road safety campaigns. Now, we have tested this model in US context. Different future studies can test in different cultural contexts. Gender of a spokesperson is also an important variable which influences the effectiveness. So future studies can vary the gender and see the influence. And 2 different appeals like positive and negative appeals have been used in environmental communication. So maybe future studies can see if there is any interaction effects between the type of spokes character and these appeals. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.